I would like to now take the opportunity to introduce our speaker for today, Abigail Cray, and she's going to be talking about hydration for health in our second session of these small steps for a healthy 2021. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, Abigail.
Myself. Thank you, and thank you for joining us this morning. Advance the slide here. All right, so water is the best way to stay hydrated any time of the year. It's important to remember not to wait for thirst. As we age, our sense of thirst tends to decline. Sips of water and other healthy fluids to stay hydrated throughout the day should be on our mind at all times. There are many reasons to drink water, especially since it's the most abundant substance in our body. It makes 50 to 70% of our body weight. Therefore, it is an essential nutrient, vital for life. Your body depends on water to survive, as it helps every cell, tissue, and organ in your body function properly. For example, it helps with keeping your temperature normal, lubricating and cushioning your joints, protects your sensitive tissues. It carries nutrients and oxygen throughout the body, and it helps dissolve minerals and vitamins. Every day, your body loses water through breathing, perspiration, urine and bowel movements. This fluid must be replaced for your body to continue to function normally. So in hot, humid climates, with excessive sweating from exercise, or when you are ill with a fever or are experiencing vomiting or diarrhea, the fluid needs are likely to be much higher due to the extra fluid loss. Here on this slide, the picture of the lady, it looks like, of course, she's exercising. She's got a special jacket on there to produce extra sweat. But I love the fact that she has a bottle of water in her hand, because again, like we mentioned, that fluid that we lose each and every day must be replaced. When the fluid is not replenished with adequate fluids, or when the body isn't replenished with adequate fluids, dehydration is a condition that will occur. And even mild dehydration causes low energy and fatigue to set in. Dehydration can also lead to unclear thinking, mood change, constipation, and the body to overheat and even kidney stones. So here's a quick and easy way, you may have already heard this before, but a quick and easy way to determine if you are drinking enough fluids. It's the color check. Yep, you need to take a glance at the color of your urine. It should be a pale yellow color. If it is dark or amber color, drink more water and consult with your healthcare provider. If you do need help figuring out your fluid needs, consult with a registered dietitian to help you with this. And you can find out different dietitians or dietitians' names in your area through your healthcare provider. Overhydration is also a condition in which the body has too much fluid. Now, although this is less common, it is often seen in athletes and individuals with certain medical conditions. So how much fluid do we need to maintain healthy body function? Seems to be a pretty simple question. However, there really is no single recommendation that works for everyone. Individual needs vary. They're usually based on your age, gender, and physical activity. Where you live, are you in a hot or humid climate? Your overall health, and even if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. We do have recommendations for the generally healthy adults and children who live in a temperate climate. So if this is you, then these, which we're going to talk about, are good guidelines to follow when it comes to daily fluid recommendations. Again, however, if you're an athlete, if you have a certain medical condition, or if you live in a hot or humid climate, please consult with a dietitian or your healthcare provider to determine your specific needs. The U.S. National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine determined that an adequate daily fluid intake for the average healthy adult is 15.5 cups or 3.7 liters for men and 11.5 cups or 2.7 liters for women. Now keep in mind, this is a recommendation for your total fluids per day. Therefore, it covers fluids from your water, other beverages, and from water that is in our food that we consume. Now, many of you probably have heard the 8 fluid ounces of water 8 times a day. This is about 8 cups or 1.9 liters. And this is actually a reasonable goal for most, with the assumption that the additional fluids will be met through other beverages and food throughout the day. However, like it was mentioned, some individuals may need less. Some individuals may need more fluids than this. So again, consult with that healthcare provider or the registered dietitian to find out your specific individual needs. The Institute of Medicine of National Academies is referenced here, and they provide us recommendations for our children, excuse me, ages 4 to 18 years of age. This too is for the population of generally healthy children living in a temperate climate. And again, these recommendations are for total fluid intake throughout the day from all resources, or from all sources. So, water, other beverages, and food that contains water. So we can see, from 4 years old up to 18, the difference is anywhere from 7 to 14 cups per day. And again, we take in consideration not only the age, but also the gender as well. So now that we have somewhat of a goal or a recommendation in mind, to help us meet our daily fluid needs, here are some tips. Number 1, listen to your body. Now, most of the time, thirst is a good indicator that we need to drink. However, as we get older, we tend to lose our sense of thirst. So it's important not to wait until we are thirsty. We should have that goal in mind each and every day and try our best to drink water throughout the day. Try setting an alarm. If your day is busy and you easily get distracted, set an alarm in your kitchen, in your office, on your phone. Or, there's an app for everything, right? So find an app that you can set that reminder to replenish your fluids throughout the day. Here's another one that can be fun. Track your water consumption. Again, set a goal for fluid consumption each day and track it. This can be done on a piece of paper, on a calendar, a website, and again, they have an app for this. This is a great way to keep yourself accountable throughout the day. Carry a refillable water bottle. This is probably one of the best recommendations, I personally believe. These can be found in all different sizes, anywhere from 8 fluid ounces to 64 fluid ounces. It's just important that you pick one that you like, that works for you. that you're going to be willing to carry with you wherever you go, and remember to drink throughout the day. Excuse me. Add a flavor enhancer. Fruit or vegetables can be a great addition to your water. They will add just a hint of flavor and actually some extra nutrients to that water. Serve water with all meals. Just get into that habit of every time that you sit down for a meal or a snack, that you pour yourself a glass of water. And if it's not a glass of water, maybe you're at work or you're just on the go where you're having a snack and it's not convenient for you to have a glass of water, then consider when you're planning that meal to plan that meal with foods that have a high water content, such as a homemade vegetable soup for lunch or a bowl of watermelon for dessert. Next recommendation is don't stock your refrigerator with drinks. Now, when I grew up, it was water or milk. Those were your choices, water or milk. Well, when I met my husband, they had a refrigerator dedicated to beverages. And I think there was every flavor of soda, sports drink, and juice stocked in that refrigerator all the time. So if those are conveniently available to us, then we're more likely or less likely to give water a chance. So try to limit your drink options to maybe just water and a few other selections. And finally, be a positive role model. Be a positive role model to your family, your friends, your coworkers. They are watching. And if you're making healthy fluid choices every day, they likely will too. So here I have a few pictures that go along with my tips. The upper left corner, here you see a picture of water, and this is infused with oranges and lemon slices. Now this is really good if you do this the night before, put it in your refrigerator and leave it overnight so that the natural nutrients and the flavor from the fruit and the orange or the lemon will seep out into your water. And then you'll have that to drink throughout the day. The picture below that, you can see there's a cup, we'll say this is your cup of morning coffee, but there's a glass of water right beside it. So again, getting in that habit of every time that you're sitting down to eat or drink, even have your morning coffee, pour yourself a glass of water. In the upper right-hand corner, we have a picture that shows a glass of water along with a bowl of soup. So this individual definitely is replenishing their fluids at this meal. And then we have a picture of my sister's solution to meeting her New Year's resolution of drinking adequate water each and every day this year. So here you see a 64-ounce water bottle. It's huge. It's like a jug. But it has the times and it has encouraging words right on the bottle to help her drink water throughout the day. Now, personally, I'm not sure that I would like carrying that jug around all day, but for her, it works. She's at her desk most of the day, and she shares that due to its size, there's no way of overlooking it. So she has that constant reminder throughout the day to drink water. So again, just find a refillable water bottle that works best for you. Now, as we've discussed, you don't have to consume all your fluids from water. There are other healthy beverages and food sources that will help you meet your daily needs. It's estimated that 20% of our daily fluids come from food that we eat. There are several foods, mainly fruits and vegetables, that have a high water content. So just to give you an example of a few, spinach, lettuce, celery, cabbage, cooked squash, carrots, cooked broccoli, strawberries, cantaloupe, watermelon, grapes, oranges, and pineapple. These are all excellent food sources that are not only nutrient dense, but they have a high water content. So they are going to contribute to replenishing your fluids on a daily basis if you're consuming them. And of course, the other 80% then should be primarily from water or other healthy, low calorie beverages. And again, that's our total, contributing towards our total fluid intake. So replenishment of fluids in our body is essential for daily life. So we need to make smart fluid choices for optimal overall health. But what if plain water just doesn't sound appealing? When you're choosing other fluids, here are some things to keep in mind. First off, always think nutrition. Challenge yourself to drink a fluid that has additional vitamins and minerals. If you don't want that plain 0-calorie water, then what else could you drink that's going to be nutritious to your body? So, for example, orange juice, and not just orange juice or an orange drink, but 100% orange juice, and it's fortified with calcium and vitamin D. So, fortified, they have added extra vitamin D or replenished it with extra vitamin and calcium. Watch the sugar. Beverages with sugar add extra calories to your day. Save the calories for the food you're going to consume. So one suggestion may be to, if you drink regular soda, to eliminate that regular soda from your daily intake. Another thing to keep in mind is monitor your intake. If you feel you need a caloric beverage, then monitor how much you drink of that beverage. And still have a daily goal for just plain water. Also, I recommend that you ask yourself, so if you need that caloric beverage, what is it that you crave about that specific beverage? And if you can, try to modify it. So for example, every now and then I love to drink a soda. I like that tingle, that burn in my throat for some reason. So something that I could do instead of drinking a regular soda that's going to give me extra sugar, extra calories, is take carbonated water that's going to still give me that fizzle, that tingle, and splash it with some of the fortified orange juice. And I would drink this instead of like an orange soda. It's going to be a lot less calories and nutrient dense at the same time because you're getting the calcium and the vitamin D from the orange juice. And more than anything, when you're selecting other fluids to consume on a daily basis, just remember to stay hydrated throughout the day. That is the key. Again, we have to replenish those fluids to prevent dehydration. So again, getting in the habit of drinking water at every meal, every snack. Just have a glass that you use all day long and make sure that you're filling it up each and every time. And again, if that isn't possible, then make sure that you're planning ahead and try to incorporate those high water content foods at those meals and snacks. Because the best rule of thumb is to eat our calories and to not drink them. Plain water has no calories. That is why it is agreed that water is the #1 fluid to replenish our body with each and every day. Other fluids may have calories from sugars in disguise, so be aware. Read the nutrition facts label. and try to limit or avoid beverages that have high fructose corn syrup, fructose, fruit juice concentrate, honey, sugar, syrup, corn syrup, sucrose, dextrose. Those are some of those terms that are going to be those sugars in disguise. So to give you an idea of some healthier drink options, here are a few. Plain coffee or tea, anyone? Well, if this isn't your style, then again, try to modify that drink to be as low in calories as possible. And if somebody else, so if you're going to a coffee shop, if somebody else is making that beverage for you, ask questions and see if there's anything that you can modify. So for example, if you're going to a coffee shop and getting a latte, they may make it with whole milk. Whole milk has a lot of extra calories when we could request 1% milk or even skim milk. Eliminate the whipped topping. That would even save you some calories. Try sparkling or flavored waters, even seltzers. Or even make your own. Again, we talked about the fruit or vegetable infused water. Using those lemons and limes, even cucumbers are wonderful. Watermelon and strawberry, just to flavor your water. Help encourage you drink it a little bit more throughout the day. Excuse me. Now the next three options that I have listed here, yes, it has sugar, but again, we're thinking nutrition. So low fat and fat-free milk. Yes, there's sugar and calories. However, we're getting calcium and vitamin D, protein, and other nutrients from the milk. Other unflavored milk alternatives such as soy, almond, rice, or goat milk, these could be options as well. And then juice or vegetable juice. Just make sure that it's 100% fruit or a vegetable juice. Stay away from the fruit drinks or fruit concentrate. And again, thinking nutrition, how can I make this lower in calories? So a better option in my household is something that we called a juice splash, where the base of our drink is basically water. And you might take carbonated water or sparkling water, or just plain water, and then you add a splash of 100% juice. So just a splash of apple juice to your carbonated water, and it creates a juice splash. So these are all just ways that we can either take a beverage that we enjoy and make it healthier, or just only incorporating these options as a daily choice. But most of all, we need to remember that fluids play a large role in helping our bodies function at their best. So make smart beverage choices for hydration and better health each and every day. These are some of the resources that were utilized for today's presentation, and they will be shared with you in a follow-up email. You will also receive the handout, the publication through Purdue Extension titled Thirsty, Sip on This. That will be shared with you in the email as well. So in the chat box, you will find a survey link to provide valuable feedback on today's presentation. The survey is optional. However, your input helps with development of future programming. So I want to thank you again for starting off 2021 with us. We hope that you will join us next Tuesday, January 19th, for session 3 on secrets to aging successfully. And again, my name is Abigail. I'm the Health and Human Science educator in Noble County. And if you have any questions about today's presentation or extension, then you're more than welcome to email me at creigh, CREIGH, @purdue.edu. Thank you for joining us.